Hello and welcome to session 13 of our Twilight 2000 game, The Long Way Home. I am Andy in the GM. We're down a couple of players tonight, unfortunately, but let me introduce you to the players who will be here tonight. Start with Nick.
Hey, I'm Nick. I play Kowalski, our resident combat engineer and current team leader.
And Chris.
Hi, Chris. I'm playing Leandro Jones, the teaser mechanic and part-time infantryman.
Okay, right. Now, we've not played for a little while, so bit of a recap. So, you were up. Now, you were all right. You were. Ooh, where are we on? There. I need this map here. You were in some woods, and you, from memory, it was. I think you were somewhere around about here from memory. Oh no, was it further south? It was here. I think it was here. And you'd had that. You'd had a slight standoff with a guy whose livestock you'd shot, and you traded with him for the animal that was dead, and so on. And then you had started moving further south, and you were when you were rested up at one point, and there was a whole discussion broke out with one of the merchants you're traveling with, who was explaining to you a lot of information about Krakow and how it works and who's in charge and so on, and or as you know more about how it works, and he showed you things like where are the handouts, things like the Krakow citizenship token. Yep. And explained about how that worked and how you need to expect to be paying a chunk of trade. You need to trade. So if you want to get membership of the city, then that's quite an extensive purchase, and you need quite a lot of trade goods. Okay.
Well, then, yeah.
Now, just to let's go back to here. Just to say as well that your just to remind you, you've had a couple of casualties. Sunday was the first one.
Yep.
And then what layer am I on? Did you see that? Did you see that ping?
Yes.
Yep. And then you've since in the last battle lost Ritchie and Miller. Okay. But there's still a reasonable number of you, and you're traveling with this group of merchants. Now, you carry on traveling for another couple of hours, heading further south on your road to Krakow, and you go off the bottom of the previous map, and you're heading down this trail here.
The map we're looking at's got Krakow on it. We're on the landing page still.
Oh, you're on the landing page. Yeah. Sorry, apologies. I've gone across and I've not moved you. Sorry.
Easily
It's
done.
all good.
This is familiar.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is new map. So and you're heading down this road here.
Yep.
Okay. because you're looking. There's quite this river here does present a bit of an obstacle, and the merchants sort of know where there are bridges and where it's safer to cross and so on. And as you're approaching this village that I've highlighted in red, which is Sedesvo, as you tend to do as you approach a village, you pause short of the village and study a little bit in advance, and the merchants come up to you, and it's sort of getting late in the day. It's getting on for sort of early evening, and a couple of the merchants come up, and principally, see, where's my handout? So there's the Boskar family.
Yep.
Principally Jacek, who's the sort of the one who's an ex. Well, they've all had conscription level military service, but Jacek is the one who's sort of was a professional soldier for a while, and he's got reasonable English. Andres is the one who's the best English. He was the one telling you all about the tokens and stuff like that. But Jacek says to you, he's got a pair of binoculars as well, and he sort of comes up and joins. I think Kowalski's in the lead vehicle from memory.
Yes.
And he says that doesn't quite look right. As a village, it is. Normally there was at least smoke from one fire by now in the chimneys. It is. I can see no people. It is too quiet.
All right.
It is not right.
I'm gonna signal the convoy to halt.
Sorry. I'm assuming you're halted. He's walked up.
Oh, okay,
Sorry,
gotcha.
he's walked up to to join you by your vehicle.
Yeah. Okay.
We move the convoy off the road, maybe.
Yeah.
Now you've actually had a chance to study it. Do you want to give me a recon check, please?
Yeah.
Recon.
Now, Dro, which vehicle are you in? You're in the second vehicle, aren't you?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Single success, a prosaic success.
Yep. I also got a success.
Okay, right. I haven't got the. Where's my? There. All right. Okay, so both of you. Right. It does indeed look eerily quiet, but you can't spot any apparent threats. So if there is something going on in the village, you can't see it. The village has clearly had some battle damage at some point. There's clearly been some fighting here, more than just there's some buildings that show some signs of fire, but actually there's some buildings, particularly in the middle of the village, where clearly there's been some kind of artillery strike or engagement with some sort of heavy caliber weapons. Not recently. Clearly, from studying it with those successes, that you can see sort of some damaged walls and stuff, but with undergrowth, sort of weeds and stuff growing up them and so on. It's nothing. None of this is recent. As I say, you can see some buildings that had some fire damage and so on. But once again, that all looks to be very old and historic. Nothing recent. But does look. It does have that eerily quiet feel to it.
Okay. Sounds like some scouting might be in order.
Yeah.
Okay, who
Yeah.
do you want? Who do you want to go and scout?
Well, I guess that's probably on us
Well,
for reasons of practicality, really.
yep. You two certainly, but do you want to take anyone else with you?
Probably want to take
So,
Mac with us.
well,
He's
what Mac will do is Mac will move away from the vehicles and set up in a covering position.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best use of his
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
I think probably I can't see a list of the NPCs with us.
Okay, so let me
another rifleman.
let me go back to the overview landing page. So, you've got Martinez, who's the former MP and is a bit of a is sort of your last remaining
Medic. Yeah.
medic. I mean, she's not a medic, but she's had some medical
But yeah,
training.
the closest thing we
She
got.
is, so yes.
Ray is, I think Ray's got a rifle. Yep, I think he's got a rifle. Where's my? Oh, sorry. Ooh. No, where are they? Ah, here we are. Right, so Ray Baker is armed with an M16.
He'll do.
He's a bit of a driver. He's a bit of a driver.
We're all specialists now.
Yeah, he's you from your knowledge, particularly Kowalski's knowledge, your two sort of best combat. Well, there's obviously Carson and Jimmy,
Yeah.
but Jimmy's probably better leaving the support role because he's got an M16 with a M203, so that would give you some range to cover. But so Jimmy could potentially go with Mac. Mitch, when he dismounts, he's got an M249 saw. So and Ray's got a rifle. Those are probably your two best. Valdez is pretty handy as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave Valdez back for now, but we'll take Mitch and Ray.
Okay. Yep.
You think both of them or just one of them?
I think we'll take both.
Okay. You're the boss.
Jacek
He's just
also.
arrived. Hold on. Darko just arrived.
Oh.
Oh ho ho.
Right. So. You there, Mike? Hello, Mike?
There we go. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep, that's better.
Sorry, I had to work. Too late to go in on live or not?
No, we're live. We're live. So we're right. Okay. Let me have a little sort out of cameras then. So.
Sorry about that.
No. Work is always the evil thing. Work happens sometimes.
Yeah, saw I was already in the game on roll 20.
Yep.
Yeah. Work is the arch enemy of all role-playing games.
Yeah.
Right. Apologies. Let me just catch up with sorting the cameras out. I wish there was an easy way in OBS to just resize all this stuff. But I haven't found it if there is. Right. Okay. So that's not what I'll do. I'll do that. Right, Mike, just to bring up speed, you've carried on heading south towards Krakow. You've driven for another couple of hours, and then you've come across a village. Let me show you the area map. Oh, sorry, I've just realised I was showing something on screen, but not you guys. Right, so you're seeing this area map. Okay, so you're approaching this village here. Okay. Okay. Sorry, was that a question, Mike?
Yeah, could you ping it again? Yeah, I wasn't zoomed out to see where you're
Okay.
pinging at.
This one
Yeah,
in the,
okay. Yep, I
the
see
one in
it.
the red square. Yep. Cedizol, I think it's pronounced. Now, and we're just working out who they're going to take. Basically, so you've approached that village. It's clear. Jacek, who's one of the merchants and sort of in charge of their security. You've stopped short of the village. It looks like to you, it looks like an abandoned village. Jasek's come forward and explained that it's normally inhabited, and it looks odd to him because there's not some fires going, and there's normally some sort of smoke coming from chimneys, and there's normally a smallish community in there. As a village, it looks quite battle damaged. There's damaged buildings, some buildings that look fairly heavily damaged and almost destroyed, but it all looks historic. It all looks old. It's not recent damage,
Okay.
but it looks to his eye that it's not as it was when they left. When they left, there were people living here, and he would expect to see some smoke from the fires and possibly some people moving around, and you can't see anything. So the decision's been taken to approach on foot and patrol on foot, and we were just working out who is going.
Sure.
I was suggesting that Jimmy, possibly with Mac as backup, would set up in some covering position while Dro, Kowalski, and then they're working out who else they're going to take, moved forward to actually scout the village.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
So,
good.
okay. So you're going to take Ray and Mitch. Is that the decision?
Yeah, I'll try to find a good place, like
Yeah,
bushes or trees or something.
I'll show you a map in a sec, and you can work out where.
Yeah.
But you're going to take Ray and Mitch, yeah, with
Yeah, I
Kowalski.
think so. Yep.
Okay, and then are you? Sorry, and then did I say that Jasek's going to come with you as well?
Yeah, as I say, we should probably take one of them with.
Yeah. He comes back having he had his gear with him, but he appears to come back having informed his guys what he's doing, and you can see he's managed to stuff a couple of extra mags into his webbing. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So let me show you a map of the village. It is that one, isn't it? Ooh. Sorry, Andy, the GM is checking the map. Yep. So let's move you over there. Okay, is that coming up for you?
Yep.
Okay, and you have stopped on a rise up to the northern side of the village. Yep.
The road. Yep.
You seen that?
Yep.
Yeah.
On so your vehicles as such are off the map. Okay.
Right.
This is a small hillock here. Does block LOS a bit, but you've managed to move a bit around to then get a view and see what you can see. Okay, but as you can see, there's quite a number of quite heavily damaged vehicles in the middle. There's a few.
I mean, obviously we're at a distance. Can we see whether they look like civilian vehicles or military vehicles?
So which vehicles are you talking about?
The ones damaged, the ones in the middle of the village. We can't really see them, can we? Not really from here.
You had you had a recon check with one success, so no, you've not been able to pick out any details of them. But this looks like it's probably a church with a tower, and this looks like this is actually on another hill here, and this looks like it's got some kind of tower on it, possibly some kind of was once a windmill, but it's clearly not. It's not been a windmill for a while. Whether someone has actually is trying to put sails on it to turn it back into a windmill and get power is unclear. It's not functioning as a windmill at the moment, but it is a kind of substantial looking tower, and there's a few scattered buildings that are complete. All the ruined ones, there's still quite sizable amounts of walls, but there's nothing to block you seeing all these buildings to the south. Okay.
Okay.
As I said, eventually you need to be either going through or bypassing this to get to some kind of well, the merchants are heading for a river crossing, they know, to the southwest of here, as so off the bottom left corner. So they want to sort of go this way. But this, as you're walking across here to sort of have a bit of scatter around, this is getting really quite boggy and marshy here, and it's getting soft underfoot, and you could definitely have some problems with some vehicles.
Okay.
My suggestion is we come through this woods here, using this as terrain for cover, and then I'll set up in here in this area.
Sure. Yeah, gives you a good vantage point over the town. Gives us a good kind of cover position to.
And the rest of us can maybe circle around to the right, to the east, and use the thicker woods around here to try and make an approach on the village. See if we can see anything. What do you think?
I think sounds like a slice of fried gold to me.
And as soon as I can, I'll be scoping in on that tower to see if there's any activity or any shooters.
Because whatever it has been used for in the past, now it would make a very good watchtower.
It'd make an excellent sniper position.
Right.
Let's go with Jimmy's carrot sheet. Okay, right, that's good. Then, so I've put Mac on the map with Jimmy as sort of backup. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, have you found that? Can you see if you can move Mac around? And then where are Kowalski and his and Dro and their little team of 5 going? I heard Chris talking about a route, but I didn't actually see where it was.
5 of us?
Yeah, because Yasek's coming as well as you two, Ray and Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's approach from this area here then. So I'll go through these lighter woods, which still leaves that hillock between us and the woods between us and the tower most of the time, and then we'll be traveling through these lighter trees. How big are these trees? They're obviously not very dense.
These ones here, or these ones here?
Yeah, well, these and these.
They're scattered trees without much undergrowth, so it
Right, but from that angle, the tops of the trees here will be blocking sight to here, so we should be able to travel down the
Yeah.
far edge of the
Yeah. They give
reasonably safe.
you.
Unfortunately, the gap is right about where it's got the hill in the way, so we should be able to make our way down across here without being too visible.
Mm.
Then if we reach this dense patch of woods here, then we start making our approach for the buildings, see what we can see. We also start to have a view of the main street then, see what's going on there.
Right.
Yeah.
These woods here will give you +1 for infiltration checks if you're stealthing and so on. These denser woods would give you +2.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah. Okay.
Well, basically, I think the eastern end of the village is a logical place to go because the north and western side of it is covered by that tower, and as Matt's
Yeah.
already pointed out, if there's a sniper in there, then we'll be sitting ducks for them.
Yeah. I think the route that you've proposed, going down through these lighter woods into the heavier woods that are closer to the town, so we can get a clean run to the buildings.
Right, it takes us very close to the graveyard, so that's handy if any of us get shot.
Yeah. We can be conveniently buried.
All right, then I'll take the lead. Don't know why I'm volunteering to do that, but I will.
I'm all for it. Yeah.
Hang on a sec. Is Yasek on here? Why is that? Oh no, it has gone on. I've put him on twice.
I mean,
Right.
what you said makes sense so far, though. I mean, yeah, because there's too much open ground on the side with the potential watchtower for my comfort as well. So I think this route is probably
Right.
And once we get Mac into position, also, I'll probably all pause for a second. Have we got any communication between the two teams?
That was my next question. So,
Yeah.
what do you want to take in terms of comms? So,
Can we
well,
volunteer an NPC Mitchell Ray as a radio bearer? They can carry one of the man packs, and then we'll give our handheld to Mac and Jimmy.
have you got a handheld? What have you got?
We got one. I think actually we've got two actually.
Yeah.
Didn't one get damaged when the vehicle got blown up?
Yeah, one of them got damaged when the vehicle got
Right, okay.
invaded.
Because it was the M880 Dodge got trashed, didn't it?
You can remove that from the character sheet list, actually.
Yeah, well, I need to. Yeah, I do need to, because we've taken all the gear off it, haven't we? So I do need to remove that. You're quite right. So you've got a man portable from your UAZ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've got one radio.
Well, that's not much help then.
Well, except someone back at the so that would allow you to communicate with your vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want that to go to?
Okay, I propose a minor change to the plan then. It's awkward.
What are we gonna set up a system of runners in a semaphore chain so that we can?
No,
communicate
my suggestion
with our
was
sniper while we infiltrate the village.
My suggestion is that we all move south. The group of 5, pauses here so that we can see that. That'll give Mac a chance to scope out the village with his sight, and he can then give us a prearranged hand signal to indicate whether we can see anything or not. Will that suffice?
I learned how to do smoke signals when I was a kid. We can do that.
So does that mean the radio was going with the 5 going in the village rather than with Mac and?
No, I'd suggest that the radio goes with Mac and Jimmy because they'll have an overview of what's going on.
Okay, so Jimmy will carry the radio then.
If things do get too hairy, then the guys in the village are likely to be too busy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And just to remind you, Ray's got a M16. Mitch has got an M249 saw. Yasek's got an an AK of some variety. I think an AKM.
I believe, I believe he has one of the he has the Polish version of the AK.
Yeah, I think it's
With
a Tantal or whatever it's called.
yeah, with like the LMG mags.
Okay, right. Are you trying to stay hidden? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Can you give me, please, recon? Stealth is recon, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, stealth
Yeah.
and spotting.
Yes. Can you give me recon checks with you've all got you can all have a +1 bonus, +1 step for the terrain.
Don't forget you get +1 for wearing camouflage as well.
Okay, so that's a +2.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to go back and re-roll then.
Okay.
I need to do right.
This is actually
Rolling.
Right.
I don't know why it gave me all those extra dice, but
alright.
that's a success again.
Well,
Nothing impressive.
I'll push, but roll the actual dice I was supposed to roll because I forgot to add the +2 in.
Right.
Oh wow, and I I take damage.
Do you?
Well, I take stress anyway. I think if I'm if I fail to push on a
Stress point.
stealth check.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see a 4 and 11. Then that's not a stress point, is it?
No,
Oh yeah, I see. You do get
yeah,
if you take a stress
yeah.
point, but you get 2 successes, so it's worth it.
Huh? Me? No, I didn't get any successes.
Oh, I'm confused now.
You're
No,
you're,
Oh, I see. I'm getting
Yeah.
confused. So Matt,
you're,
you
you're,
rolled as
see,
well.
you're looking at the wrong
Yeah.
dice rolls, Chris. Right. Okay. So, right. Let's. Okay. So, Leandra's got 1 success. Mac has 2. Kowalski has none. And Kowalski at some point trips over and makes a bit of an arse of himself, falling over and slightly embarrassing. Hence this point of stress.
This is what I get for all the. This is my karma for all the good rolls I had in the last session.
Yes. Yes. All right. Right. Okay. I want to do. Right. I need that back. And that back. Right. So, first of all, Jacek has got that. So, Jacek has a success. Then we've got Mitch. So he's normally. He's got +2, so he's a B and C. Mitch gets a success. Ray. He's on B and C as well. Ooh. Right. You only take. He can't put. You only take the stress points if you push, don't you?
That's correct.
Yeah. So he does not push there. Well, so he can't push. But I think actually when Nick is trips and falls, it's actually Ray's fault, and he slips on something and he falls over and he takes Kowalski with him.
Yeah, like he trips and his leg kicks out behind him and like hits my leg and that just
Yep.
takes both of us out.
Exactly.
Cascade.
Exactly. Right.
I'll swear at them.
Yep.
Quietly.
Okay.
I'll be.
But there is
I don't think
him very quietly.
that.
Yeah, I don't think it matters at this point if you're quiet or not.
And
Good
so
point.
that's the thing. You do make it. I mean, you've obscured yourself from lots of different directions by a physical mound that's preventing LOS.
Yeah.
But there are you have made some noise, so right. Okay, so Mac and Jimmy move to there. The other 5 of you have moved into these woods here. Feel free to move yourself around from there, but I've just moved you closer just to save you doing it. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. Where are so and sorry, Jimmy's carrying the radio. What and so Mac is Mac and Jimmy. Are you moving up
I'm
onto
gonna
the hill?
go. I'm gonna go to this rock, but it can be like the next round of movement.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use that rock and use trees on this
Yep.
west side for cover.
Yep. Uh, right. Move yourself where you're going, please. We're not in combat or anything, so move yourself as you want. Okay, and then Jimmy will move up into these trees here. So can you give me stealth checks, please? Just you recon checks, you two for now. The terrain will add 2, so you're at 3 bonus now, Mac. I don't know if that makes. Oh, you're
I'm
maxed
at
out.
a A and a B without any bonuses. So
Right, I think. Yeah. So he's on double A. And Jimmy's pretty hidden as well. Right. So you move up to that position. The rest of you are just sort of crouched down in the woods. Ray will be covering the rear. Yes, looks up with you. Mitch covering the flank. Okay. Right. So where does Mac wish to sort of scope out with his sight and spend some time watching?
sorry if you said something to me. I was
Yeah.
distracted. My wife was talking to me.
Oh, sorry. Where's Mac Where's Mac scouting? Where's he? He's
I'm
observing.
watching that tower right now first, trying to see if there's anybody in it.
This tower here,
Correct.
because there is a church tower. Just in case you missed it. This
Sure.
this looks like this. They think is a church. Sorry, this looks like a church, and this has a tower in it. This is higher. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
this is also an elevator.
I'll look at both, but I'm going to be watching the.
Okay.
I'm going to look at the bigger tower first.
Okay. First of all, for looking at the bigger tower, can you give me a recon check, please?
Three successes.
Right. As I said, it's late afternoon. It's not dark yet. The sun's so getting close to starting to set, if you know what I mean. It is summer after all. And Mac, you swear at one point that there's a couple of sort of windows cut in the top of this tower, and you swear at one point you see some movement in one of them, but sort of hidden back in the shadows. You can't see anything more than that though.
All right. I'm
But
going to signal to Jimmy the stop sign to tell the other group.
yeah, so Jimmy backs up to where he can see you guys and passes over that stop sign.
I'm going to sit here and watch that spot that I thought I saw movement
Hmm.
for at least 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm assuming, Kowalski, the rest of you staying still for that time?
Yeah, we are waiting on
Okay.
Mike's signal, I think was the plan. So yeah.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to hide myself better.
Okay. Can you give me recon checks to hide then? And you've got
Yeah.
so you've got +1 for the undergrowth and +1 for your camo gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be keeping a watch out.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is going to be 2 successes. There we go. We're back on track.
Right. Mac, is your sight on your rifle anything? Is it just a telescopic, or has it got anything more on it?
Excuse me, it's telescopic.
Okay. Um. Initially, you might have been thinking that if there was someone in there, they were very good at staying concealed and keeping themselves hidden, and were highly professional. And then you spot the most amateurish thing. It's classic. It's something that you're taught in very early on in basic military training. Someone lights a cigarette, and
Oh.
there's a flare, a sort of flare of a match from that window, um, and there's you clearly see a man uh, is standing in that room, and he's taking a wild light cigarette, and he's standing there with a burning match instead of him for 2 or 3 seconds, and you get a clear image. I mean, the match sends off all kinds of shadows and stuff like that. You see an outline of a man. Um, his head is the shape of a man wearing a helmet. So he's clearly wearing some kind of military helmet. Um, you can't pick out any more details than that because he has initially placed himself in a very good shadowy spot to
Right.
keep, but then he's absolutely blown it.
Do I see any kind of a weapon
Um,
or possible weapon?
um, I would say he's definitely got. You see the strap of some sort of long arm slung over his shoulder, but you can't tell what it is.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a round and aim. And I accidentally backed out of the game. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a round to full telescopic aim and take a shot.
You can take a shot at him.
Yep.
Okay. Right. He is. Sorry. He gets. You got. Your. Your. Your last recon check was 2 successes. Right. Sorry, he's just blinded himself with the. Right. No. He is completely and utterly unaware. So you've got.
And actually, sorry not to cut you off, but I'm going to move up to these.
Okay. Move yourself to where you want to move to.
Sorry, I was just trying to
Fettling range.
getting in range because it was out over 100. I need to be in 100 for a normal shot.
Okay.
So I got to move a little more here. Sorry.
Sorry, just to be clear. Yeah. Sorry, let me just. It's at this northern side here.
Yeah.
So that is within 100.
Yeah, and I know I have to make a new recon check for that. So
Yeah. And Quality got 2 on his high check. Right. Okay.
it probably should re-roll for the other guy too that fell in the first time, right?
The what? Sorry.
The guy that
The
fell
guy
in the
tripped
first
me,
place,
Ray.
he
Yeah,
should probably re-roll too.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and do that if you want before I do mine.
Did you roll your recon check again for Mac
There you go.
for sneaking?
3.
Okay. Yep. Right. Okay. So that's that. Yeah. Right. Um. Okay. So nothing. You sneak there. Nothing happens. Do you?
I'll take the around and aim
Yep.
the shot.
Okay. And then take that shot, please.
Any penalties on his end?
Right. So
Cover or anything?
he will have. All right. His cover will be right because you're firing through a window. I'm going to give him the small target
It's not-
modifier, so that's -2. But when we come to roll hit location, you can't hit with a leg, so we'll re-roll it if you roll legs on the location.
All right, so it's -2, but then it'll be +1 for my sniper, so I'm -1.
No, it's more than that. You've got +2 because you're telescopic sight.
Oh yeah, so it balances out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about that. Yep. All right, so straight up 2A shot.
Yep. And sorry, are you just putting a single round in, so no ammo dice?
Yeah, single round.
Okay, so
And
no
did
ammo
it not?
dice.
The roll didn't go through. There it goes. I will push the miss.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still just the
Okay, so
single hit.
one round used. That's a hit. Can you roll me a hit location, please?
Location. Sorry, which
It's
dice
a
is that?
D6. What do you roll? Re-roll that because that's
One,
legs. You can't hit in there, so you've paid the small target bonus.
3.
Torso. Okay. And what's the base damage of your rifle?
Base damage is 3.
Okay.
Crit is 3 also.
Okay. So roll me a D10 then, please.
8.
Torn intestines. Right. So everyone, you hear this ringing out of a shot, and Kowalski and Dro, you know enough to recognise that as Mac's rifle. Yeah. Well, it's a is it an M14 or M21?
If it's an M21, it's just
It's-
a
yeah.
semi-auto M14 then, basically.
No. It's an M. Is Mac got an M?
Mine's M21.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know Mac has an M20. Sorry, it just occurred to me that Carson also has an M21. But from the direction it must be Mac firing, and so you hear that shot, that sort of the sound of it reverberates around the village and your position. Mac, you see the target drop out of sight.
All right. And I will signal to Jimmy. I'll put one finger up and give him the sign for wounded as well.
Okay.
Then I will switch my for the next round. I'll turn whatever. I'm gonna switch my view to the church tower.
Okay. Sorry, Jimmy was up in the woods. Jimmy comes scampering down and signals across to you, Kowalski, that what signals one and wounded. Okay.
Okay.
Yasik calls over to you. What's going on? Are we attacking?
I'm gonna tell. Yeah, chick. I don't know what he's shooting at, but we're just gonna keep it low key for now. That's gonna drag the attention away from our side of the village, so we're just gonna keep low, and we'll just count that as the signal and start moving up slow.
Okay. So, right, Mac, you start looking towards the the church tower. Give me
Huh?
another recon check, please. Right. Are you signaling Jimmy or anything before you move off, Kowalski?
Yeah, I'll signal him that we're gonna begin our infiltration of the town.
Right. He acknowledges that and then moves up back into the thick woods to back up Mac. Okay.
I'm gonna push the one. I'm gonna risk.
Okay.
And I'll take a point of strength.
Yep. Okay. Have you put it on? Because it's not. Oh, yeah, it's now showing. Yep. Okay. Right. Do you, Kowalski Drow, do you want to start moving off where you're moving to, please?
Yeah. Just a second. I'm gonna push towards this rock right here. Right there. Yeah,
Yep.
this rock.
Where's Drow going, Chris? You're on mute, Chris.
And I've been chatting away for the last few minutes as well. Stupid. Okay, if we're moving out, I'm pushing forward. Then, if Kowalski got to there, like I say, I was aiming to take the lead, so I'll at least match his position. I'll move to there, say.
Okay.
And then I'm aiming to get to this building here where I can take a peek around this corner here and see what I can see down the street.
Okay. Right. So let me move some. Oh, I don't want to make him bigger. So
Yes, it becomes giant.
yes.
I
Yeah.
will make my soldiers grow.
Right. Yasek is sort of is keen for a look, so he's coming with Drow. Mitch keeps covering that flank. Ray is bringing up the rear. Okay.
All right.
Unless you instruct otherwise, that's what the pattern they're falling into. Okay.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Loose diamond formation. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Uh, right. Just trying to think what. Right. Right. So Mac, you're observing this tower here, but you
Right.
got no successes. Kowalski and Dro, where are you sort of currently looking? Sort of what direction are you currently focusing in?
Probably these buildings look dangerous, so checking out this sort of area here, and church, of course, and
Okay.
this building here. Probably
Okay.
ought to pause at these boulders to check out, investigate the building here before we try and take cover behind it.
Okay. Kowalski, what are you doing? What direction are you looking in?
So as I approach the rock, I'm probably trying to see if I can't catch like the silhouette of someone moving around in the church tower as I'm moving up.
So you're looking at the church tower as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Can you both please give me recon checks?
Yep. Are these with the stealth bonuses, or are these
No,
just
this is for looking.
yeah.
This is
Yeah, I
this is
figured.
observation.
I figured, but I didn't want to assume.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. All right. Let's see. I
And
got one
That's
success.
one success.
yeah, Mac can give me. Are you're still observing the
Yes.
so you can give me another check as well, please. Uh,
I'll push.
right.
And fail, but no point of stress, right?
Yep.
Since I didn't get a
Yep.
bomb.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Right. Kowalski, you spot some movement in the church tower, top of the church tower, but just sort of a fleeting something moved in a shadow. Nothing more than that. Can't pick out any detail. Mac doesn't.
This.
Mac doesn't see that.
Yeah.
Dro, you unfortunately, Mac can't see this because he's got a telescopic sight up against his eye. But GM layer. Guy, so Dro sees this.
Not seeing anything right now.
Right. Am I on the right layer? I'm on. So over by the tower, not the church
Right.
tower, the other tower.
Right.
This is very interrupted because there's a number of buildings in the way, but you see someone exit this tower at a run. That's what attracts your attention, and runs down here and then into the ruins here. Yep. At which point you then lose them. Okay.
Okay. Call it out to the others.
Sorry, I should put them
Keep
on the wrong.
moving.
Just put them on the wrong layer. Right. Okay. Sorry, and you saw a guy in some sort of camo uniform. You only had one success. It's hard to say what nationality of uniform. It's all a bit higgledy-piggledy these days, and a bit mix and match, bit mixture of different camos, but
Yeah.
he definitely had a Soviet shaped helmet on, and he was definitely carrying an AK.
And he was
Oh, okay,
hauling
that's very
ass away from the tower.
So this is the guy in the church tower you're talking about there,
No,
Andy?
no, no. You saw you.
No.
Did you see this
Oh,
here?
right, that was him. Yes, I did. Right, okay.
Yeah, that's the guy. So the guy that was sort of the details you could pick out in those couple of seconds that you saw the guy. Okay. Right.
And I just got to throw out there real quick. I don't know if you guys like Wendy's or go to Wendy's, but they now have strawberry frosties and they're really good.
I'm so glad I'm not working at Wendy's anymore now that they've introduced those. It was bad enough when we had 2 types of Frosty.
This is a totally alien subject to me. We don't really have.
Yep.
We don't have Wendy's in Britain.
Yeah, some.
Wendy's
Not
is
many.
Oh,
but
do we?
they-
Do we?
Yeah, in London, I think in other major cities. We don't have one here in Cardiff, though.
yeah, Wendy's is the best major fast food restaurant in Hamburg
Okay.
as far as big chains.
Yeah, of like the big 3 of Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wendy's is the quality one that's slightly more expensive than the other 2.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was over in Florida for 2 weeks. I think you know, and we actually intended at some point to go to a Wendy's, but we never made it to a Wendy's. We did do Five Guys, but then they have that in Britain. So
I personally don't care for Five Guys myself.
okay, I was quite happy, but mind you, it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as the UK, to be fair. Anyway, right.
I like Five Guys.
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah.
what it's worth.
Yeah.
On my visit to New York, I went to that.
Right. Okay.
But
So
if you ever get a chance, one more throw out and then I'll quit. If you ever get a chance and you see one called Backyard Burger, eat there. They're probably the best fast food burger I've ever had. Period, from any kind of a chain.
okay. Backyard burger.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll remember that one. Right. Okay. So, Dro, you start calling out about the movement of the target.
Yeah,
Right.
and keep moving.
Right. Where are you
I
moving
mean, the
to?
guys. I want to move to. In the circumstance, I probably want to move to. Sorry, I'm not in the wrong mode. How come I'm not picking up my character there? Right, I'm gonna. Why is my character not picking up? Oh, there we go. Right, to there. So I've got some cover to hide behind whilst I do a more careful check, because now I can see there is somebody in this village acting suspiciously. And Max fired a shot, so I'm assuming that we're going in. We're in here to see what's going on. So I want to have a more pause for a second, let the others catch up and shake out behind me, and take a scan of this area ahead of me.
Okay.
I was gonna say, it seems like Dro is possessed of a rare fury today.
Right. Is okay. Jacek comes with Dro and moves up to the other side, the sort of position next to him on the rock as well. Where's Kowalski? Is Kowalski moving?
Yeah, I'm moving up. I'm gonna move. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna move up to Dro's position because I do want to at least let Dro know about that I saw motion up in the church tower, and I'm gonna be keeping one eye on that church tower now that I've seen a flicker of motion up there.
Right.
Keep half an eye on it.
Mitch moves up a bit but stays crouched in the rocks. Ray moves up to this rock where Kowalski was. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Mac. Jimmy has moved into cover behind this rock, and he's because you're focused on the tower. He's focusing. Sorry, you're focused on the church tower. He's focusing on the tower where you shot someone.
Okay.
Yep. Unless you want to do something else, but that's what he's doing.
Nope, that's exactly what I'd want him to do.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, sorry, did Kowalski want to say something as well?
No.
So, did you?
Oh yeah. I did want to say there's a sniper, or there's someone up in the church tower. Not sure if it's a sniper or if it's just lookout.
Right. Can you give me stealth checks, by the way, Kowalski and Dro? Now, obviously, you don't have any bonus for the foliage now, and you don't have anything for your camouflage uniform. So just it'll be a straight recon check.
Alrighty. I'm gonna push it, even though it's gonna give me another stress. So I'm only pushing obviously the none. So I get one success,
One
not
success.
the
Okay.
3 that it's billing itself
Okay.
as.
Yeah.
I
And
also take a stress.
did you roll recon stealth for Dro as well, Chris?
Sorry, you did. Right. Recon stealth. I get +1, don't I? Because or do I get? Not really. No.
No, you've got you've got nothing for terrain and nothing for.
I'll sit on that 2 successes.
Okay. Right.
Actually, I don't think I can re-roll that one.
No, you're not allowed to. No, no. And I need to roll for Jacek. Okay. Yep. Then right. So right. Okay. So that's what that was there. Right. Okay. All of a sudden, you hear the distinct blast of a whistle. Blown once, pause a sec, blown a second time. Okay. It's going to reverberate. If someone wants to try and pick out where it came from, they can, but it's pretty well the middle of the village, somewhere in the middle of the village. It wasn't on the periphery; it was somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
leave that up to the others to figure that out.
Okay. Right. What did Matt get on his last? You didn't see anything, right? Okay. Right. Okay. What do you guys want to do next? Is Mac staying static still and just watching?
Yeah, until I clear that tower, I'm not doing anything else but watching that tower unless I hear something or Jimmy tells me something.
Okay.
Okay, what do you want to do, Kowalski? Fall back and set up a defensive position, or try and mix it up and get into these ruins before they swarm us?
Well, they don't know that we're on this side of the
Hopefully,
burnt out
actually, true.
village yet. So I don't think I think we just sit tight behind our rock for a second here and just hold on, see where they start running to before we start worrying about like combat positioning. Because as far as we know for sure right now, nobody's spotted us. And I think if anyone has by now, they would have started shooting at us, considering we shot at them first already.
Fair point.
So I think we just sit tight and see what starts tumbling out of the hornet's nest here.
Right. Okay. So you just continue to observe, yeah?
Yeah,
Can
basically.
all of you, so Kowalski, Dro, Mac,
I-
all give me.
Excuse me. I'd quite like to move up into the rear of this building.
Okay, you want to move up? Okay.
What do you-
So
I
can
will get okay from the others, but well, from Kowalski before I do that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we'll keep you
Right.
covered.
I'll go as yeah. There's not much I can do there. Really, I'll just scoot across in that direction. I hope no one's looking.
right? Okay. Kowalski, give me a recon check for observation.
Yep.
Mac, give me a recon check for observation. Dro, how are you moving there? Are you sprinting, running full on pelt? Are you moving quietly? How do you wish to do it?
Running, but trying to keep it reasonably. No, I'm an infantryman, probably just pelting.
Right, give me a mobility check then, please.
Okay, that's for pelting, so I get a bonus on that.
Okay. Oh, yep, sure.
So,
Sorry. So is this these are the recon checks asked for? So 1 for Kowalski, 3 for Mac. Okay.
still isn't that great, but let's go. Oh, that's a success. I'll take it.
Right.
Actually, no. For amusement, actually, I'm going to push the D10. Why not?
Okay.
So ignore the 8 that's about to re-roll.
Okay.
Didn't help, didn't hurt.
No. Yep. Where is Kowalski looking, please?
Are
Are you still focusing on the tower?
Yeah, I'm still focusing on that tower.
So you got 1 success. Okay. And
I just want to throw this out there real quick on the dice rolls. You guys realize where you like select A, B, C, or whatever. If you go all the way to the top, there's a slash, so it won't roll anything.
Yep.
Just want to make
Oh,
sure.
I see what
everybody
you
knew about
mean.
that.
hey. Oh yeah. Got you. Right. Sorry. So, let's think through. You right. Kowalski sees movement at the top of the tower. Okay. A guy looking down with an AK. And he's sort of you catch him for you catch him sight for a few seconds. Mac, you see that, but you see a bit more. You see at one point, he reacts like he's seen an enemy, and he starts to raise his rifle, but then he clearly loses sight of that target again. Okay.
All right.
So
I will take since he's not look like he's actively shooting at the moment or going to. I will take the round to aim.
okay. Right. So you start aiming at him. I need to. Right. Okay. Then. So Kowalski, you saw that you've seen this guy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to do anything?
I'll aim in on him as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all I'll do.
Okay.
I'll get a beat on him.
Okay. Dro, are you staying there, or are you moving around? Or are you checking out the building? What do you want to do?
Checking out the building.
Right.
So I'm now by the building, so I'm going to cautiously, but probably not move not too cautiously. I'm not being slow about it. I'm going to peer in the different parts of the building.
Okay. There's
There are windows on this face.
there's a window and a back door.
Check the window.
Okay. Peering in, you see a how it looks like a room it's a kitchen. It looks like it's recently been, if you were generous, you would say searched. Probably more, it's been ransacked, and it looks quite recently done. Yeah, and it looks like someone has been having a real active search of this, probably in the last couple of days. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Ray moves up
Tell you what,
to
seeing
this
as
rock here.
whilst after that, something I'm going to do, Andy. I'm going to hold my breath and listen. Something one forgets to do sometimes. If there are a lot of heavy-booted men moving around the village, I'd quite like to hear something.
Okay.
Not to interrupt, but I need to take a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's a badly timed phone call. Right. Dro, give me a recon check then.
Okay. Recon again. Ooh, 2 successes. I'll have that.
Right. You hear hang on a sec. You hear two voices talking in Russian. You can't understand what they're saying, but you can definitely identify it as Russian.
I hear where from.
2
In
successes.
the house.
No. They probably this church. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. So for you to be able to hear that, because you're about 40 meters away, something like that.
Thereabouts, yes. I did some measuring just earlier. That would be about correct, yeah.
40, 50 meters away.
Yeah.
To hear a couple, I mean, that's quite a loud conversation. Yep. Yeah. Okay. The other thing, by the way, that you from your angle, by the way, you can certainly, I think you can see this vehicle here.
Yep.
That's definitely some old civilian car that it looks to have been wrecked, probably in whatever did this damage in this village.
Right.
Okay. Right. The Kowalski, as Mac is not here.
Yep.
The guy, I'm just going to make him visible. Hang on a sec. The guy up in the church tower. He sort of moves his position slightly, and then you see him start to raise his rifle to his shoulder to certainly aim at someone, if not fire.
Well,
You have aimed.
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop him at this point.
Right. So.
Yeah. He's expressed intent to harm at this point.
Yep.
He is fair game.
Yep. So. Because you're aiming, you're not at a quick shot penalty. You don't have a telescopic sight, so you've got no bonus for that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a straight roll, isn't it? Ah,
Yeah.
sorry.
We do have to determine range.
Okay, sorry. What you are?
I am 94 meters away, so that'd be
That
medium range.
so
'Cause
-1 for medium. And sorry, he is in a a sort of stone building. So you're
Yeah.
firing through the. It'd be the same thing. It's a small target, so -2 again
Yeah.
for that. So -3.
Okay.
Are you putting any ammo dice in?
I am, yes. I'm going to put max ammo dice into this. And let's see. I can put 1, 2, 3. Ranged. Okay, so both start. Then we step them down 1 for each. Good thing I have a high base marksmanship, otherwise this would already just basically be a flat impossible shot. Alright, here we go.
So that's 2 successes.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take the crit, potentially. We'll see where it rolls on hit location.
So 3,
Nice one.
7. Used 8 rounds.
Yep.
I apologize for that.
Okay, that's right.
And
That's right.
that empties my magazine right there. So
You'd
this
not. Oh,
mag
you'd
is
not reloaded. I would have assumed you reloaded. So
Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah,
fair enough.
I think
I
you're
have.
Okay,
you're a competent enough soldier that
yeah.
I will forgive Nick the player and assume that Kowalski the character had remembered to change his nearly empty
Yeah,
magazine.
the top off his magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so between
We-
between battles, I always just quietly rearrange the ammunition in
Yeah.
my magazines to.
Well,
Yeah.
especially considering I've been through now essentially another combat with technically like 5 rounds in my magazine. Gee, it's a good thing we didn't get into a fucking fight with those guys last time.
Oh,
Ugh.
right, oh, the guy with the sheep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Very lucky.
yeah.
Right.
That would have been bad. All
Okay.
right, so yep, mark down the 8,
Yeah.
and then
So
I got to roll hit location, which is a D10.
D6, but I'm going to reroll. You can reroll a 1 because you've paid the modifier.
Okay. Well, here's the
So that's torso.
yep. So that will subtract 1 damage unless. Oh wait, Soviets don't have the body armor, do they?
He's not. He doesn't appear to be wearing body armor now. So that will
Okay,
be.
well,
So that's
yeah, that's a crit then, because yeah, my damage is 2 plus 1 from the additional success. Hits the crit threshold of 3, so I
Yep.
roll on the crit table
Yep.
for torso. D10. It's a 2.
Broken ribs. Right. Mac. Because this is going to be happening simultaneously. Right. So
Yes, sir.
the guy in the tower. He you see him suddenly start to move like he spotted someone. He starts to raise his rifle to his shoulder. What do you wish to do? You've got an
It's
aim.
my-
You've got a fully aimed shot.
Yeah, I'm taking.
Okay.
I was just waiting for the aims.
Yeah. You've got a fully aimed shot. Yep.
So, what's penalties or anything on this?
So you've got +2 for slow aim with a telescopic sight.
Yeah, +1 for sniper.
+1 for sniper. And then what range are you at?
It'll be
It'll be medium, won't it?
medium. Yeah, secondary.
So
range.
-1 for that, and then once again it's -2 because you're effectively firing at a small target because of the window. So you're at flat. I think you're at flat roll.
Yep. So we need to double check something real quick. All right, so a flat roll will be a B and A and a B.
Okay. Are you putting any ammo dice in?
Yes, I will on this one.
How many are you putting in? Well, roll whatever you want to put in.
It's only I can only do 2, so I guess I can do 1, right?
Yeah, you can just do one.
But I'll do 2.
Okay.
Three successes.
And you've used 8 rounds. Right. So that is. I'm assuming you put in both those extra resistance to damage.
Yeah. I don't see any other target there. I'm assuming so.
Nope.
Yeah, it'll all be in 1.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want, well, you can roll the critical, but he's going down.
Yeah, as long as he's out, I don't have to actually roll it. That's fine.
Right. Okay. So what happens is, so Kowalski and Mac are both aiming at the same target, totally unaware of the other one doing it. You both see the same trigger move. Both of you then fire. There must be approaching 20, getting over a dozen, maybe even as many as 20 rounds hitting in and around that vicinity of that window, and he gets hit and goes down, absolutely collapsing, being hit multiple times and goes down.
Or a light dust.
Andy,
Yeah.
I'm going on Overwatch from this position here, okay? From where I am, as soon as that starts happening, I'm still going into Overwatch for anyone coming out of the church or up the street. I don't know how wide an area I can look,
Right.
but I'm going to keep
So
you out in this general direction so that if any responds.
Yep. So it's a church. There's a big main church door here.
Yep.
And then there are some very high windows on the sides. Yeah, it's quite an old stone church. You cannot see any door or entrance to the tower from the angle you're at. So the
To be perfectly
only
honest, I was thinking about it, and I've got that clump of trees just to the south of me, so I may not actually be able to see much of the church very well. Actually, I might only be able to see the front up here. It looks to me like actually my line of sight is blocked from here down to here. So actually, yeah,
well,
dicey situation.
Yes, these trees have been giving you cover, blocking the LOS of this guy here.
Okay, cool.
But the looking through, sort of at ground level, you can see this building at ground level because the trees it does provide some obscuring, but it's the trunks rather than the leaves, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I get it.
The only entrance you can see is, and it's at a very tight angle, is this entrance, this main door here. Okay. So where are you going to?
Well, I'm overwatching down the street here, so probably that rock's a bit in the way. But so the front, if anyone comes out the front of these houses over here, or out of the front of the church, or into my line of sight in this area, then
sorry. So basically, this rock is going to split it. Are you looking over this way as you're looking to the right of the rock, or are you looking over this way to the left of the rock?
Left of the rock.
Left of the rock. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Sorry, actually, no, I need to roll that. Okay. Suddenly, Jimmy yells to you, Mac. Mac. Right. So you've shot that target. What are you doing, Mac? After that?
I'll be reloading the next round.
Okay. You start reloading. I'll come back to the rest of you in a sec. Jimmy yells to you, Mac, keep your head down. Machine gun. And then he starts firing off in the vague direction without a recon check of the tower.
Okay.
And let me just make that dice roll
Hold
for
on.
him.
The main tower, the church tower.
The main tower.
Okay.
Right, so combat. So he is, that will be fully reloaded. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm just. Right, so that will be at 30. And he will then roll. Okay. It'll be A and A, and then he's got sorry about this. 114. So he will at -2 for that, -4. So he's down to C, C, and he will put in 3 ammo dice. Right. He's not going to push that. 1, 6, 8. He fires a couple of short bursts, and that is going to be a hit. So that's the hit with the extra 1. So oh shit! Right. There's a profound thunk as Jimmy shoots the guy in the helmet. Not that. Not that. It takes that much damage. Right. So, Mac, from your perspective, Jimmy is suddenly firing almost across your, not over your position, but across the front of your position at the big tall tower that you fired at, and he fires several rounds and he yells something about a machine gun.
Okay, that's fine. I'll get on that next round.
Okay.
After I load.
So you have now reloaded. Okay, but I'll come back to you guys in a sec. Okay. Dro and Kowalski. Right. Dro, give me a recon check, please.
Yep. Basic recon. I'm going to push that.
Okay.
It was worth it.
At the church door, you spot a little bit of movement. The door must be slightly ajar because you've not heard any latches going or like that. But it seems to have widened a little bit more, and you see the end of an AK is being pointed through it. It's not at you. It's being sort of, someone appears to be doing the same as you. They're covering the approach. You can't get a shot at them, and they, from the angle they're at, they probably can't. They don't have a chance of seeing you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they're recessed into the building.
Yeah, I see exactly the situation. Okay, I'm going to kind of hold position rather than charging any further forward. Wait for Kowalski, Mitch, and Ray to catch up with me. As I think possibly trying to manoeuvre on the building right now, but could be a mistake from where I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because there could easily be. Well, for a start, we know there's someone in the tower. There could be someone else down here. So if I could try and beat my way across here, throw a grenade in,
I'm glad the Dro has tempered his bloodlust today.
I said I was going to take point, didn't I? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you did, and you are. It's great. I love it. I'm loving every
Right.
second of this.
So
It's glorious.
Dro's holding position. What's Kowalski doing?
Since Dro seems to be waiting for me to continue his rampage, who am I to stop him? I will move
Rampage, I
forward.
haven't fired a single shot yet.
Yeah, I know. That's the funniest part. All right. I'll move up to where. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move to here. I'm gonna try and get a better angle on the front of the church.
As he comes up, okay, I think I make sort of hand signal indicating that there's hostiles in that direction.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bear in mind he's going the other side of the building. But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You picked that information up from Dro.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think it's a knife hand you use, isn't it? That's a term.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one of the people who's qualified to tell us is not here.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, either of the people. Yeah. True point.
Yeah. Either of them. Yeah.
Right. So let's figure this out. Right. Mitch comes on a big long run and gets to there, sort of moving to join Kowalski. Okay.
I don't know if you guys agree, but it'd be quite good to get someone maybe in position behind this cover over here.
Jacek moves forward to there. Yeah, into these woods. Okay, and then sort of crouches down behind a tree. And as you're covering sort of this direction, Dro, he's covering more this sort of direction.
Okay, cool.
He clearly, your initial impression of him, he clearly knows what he's doing as a soldier, and he may be trained in a different army, but he's got enough basic knowledge to work quite well with you. Right. Ray, I think, is going to sit tight for the moment. Okay. Right. Right. Kowalski,
Yes.
did you sneak to your position or did you run to your position?
I'd say like the middle ground, I guess, between the two. I wasn't really trying to be stealthy, but I wasn't, I wasn't going pell-mell hauling butt either. I was going at
Okay.
like, a pretty standard jog.
Okay. Okay, right. Give me a recon check.
Okay. Any penalties?
No, this is observation.
Okay.
It's actually hearing.
Gotcha. Well, I got one success, and we're gonna just take that.
Okay. You hear someone shouting in Russian, probably the northern side of the village,
Okay.
and quite a distance from you.
Gotcha.
But someone clearly yelling to be heard by someone a distance from them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Back to Mac.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. Actually, something happens before Mac. Sorry, apologies.
No, you're good.
Because what happens is someone shoots at Mac, and I need to roll that. So, so I'm on the wrong layer. From up in here, I've actually made him visible on the map. A PK machine gun rather, opens up at you.
Alrighty.
Now, you're crouched down in that undergrowth. He is exactly 100 meters away. So a PK range. What's the range of a PK? Range 8. So it'll be a medium range. So -1 from that, -1 from cover. He's just got a fast aim. So that's. Oh. He's got a rate of fire of 5. Right. 5 for that. He's at -2, so it's that.
And then don't forget, I also have Infiltrator.
What's that effect?
+1 to avoid being detected.
Yeah, he spotted you when you opened up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that sort of negated any stealth.
Yep.
Right. That is a hit. In the torso for the base damage, which is 3. Have you got body armor?
Yes, I do.
I hope so.
So that reduces it from 3 points to 2 points. And I think we look at degrading armor later from memory. Okay. Right.
I think it's a D6 roll.
It's D6 roll per. Yeah.
To determine if it loses durability or not.
Okay, so roll it.
I don't remember which is the fail, which is succeed. I don't remember.
I think on a 1 it degrades. It's a 1 in 6 chance anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fine.
So that is.
It's an all or nothing too, just so you know, Andy.
Yeah.
So it either if it succeeds, you're fine. If it fails, it's no good anymore. Just throw it away.
Yeah. Well, I would allow attempts to repair it, but yeah. Okay. Right.
That's all or nothing. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, because it's 1 point of armor. So once it loses its point,
of course, right.
Yeah, which is slightly absolute, but yeah.
Which is why plate carriers are better. If you get a plate damage, you take that plate out, put a new plate in, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so did you put your damage on? It's not showing up on.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't. What did you say damage was now?
2 after armor.
Okay, I got it.
Right. So all of you
I
here.
gotta do a coolness under fire.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
You can use your unit morale because Jimmy is within sort of with you as such. So you roll both your coolness under fire and the unit morale.
I passed on the unit.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys from over the direction of that big tall tower, a machine gun opens up. PK firing several bursts. It's not a. Kowalski, you can almost actually see the tower. There's some bits of buildings in the way. You can't actually see the machine gun from your angle, but it's not at you.
I can probably see the tracers
Yeah.
going out, and that's about all I can see.
Yeah.
And like maybe the muzzle flash from the end of the barrel, because those PKs have pretty big muzzle flashes.
Okay. Yep. Right. So, Mac, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna just fast aim and shoot.
Okay.
Any penalties on his end?
So he right. I'll give you a choice. You can either pay a 2 penalty, and if you roll a legs hit location, you'll re-roll it, or you have no penalty, and if you roll a legs hit location, it's an automatic. Well, it says you've got to penetrate through the stone wall he's firing from behind.
All right, say that one more time, please.
Sorry. So
I want
you could either choose to fire and guarantee it's going through the window that he's
Right.
in at a 2 penalty, or you can not pay that 2 penalty, but if you roll a 1 on the hit location, it's an automatic miss because it'll hit the stone wall that's covering his legs.
and fast aim gives me a +1, correct?
No, fast aim.
Or just 0?
Fast aim is 0. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take the 1 penalty,
There's
which will put me at 2d10s.
no. Hang on a sec. Sorry. The what is that for range? No.
The range is
No.
range is 1
No.
finger,
So
so,
it's either a 2 penalty for small target or nothing.
Right. Oh, okay, or nothing. I
Yeah.
gotcha. I'll take the nothing penalty.
Okay, so if you hit legs, then it's an automatic miss. Okay,
And shit, I forgot to hit my die. Oh no, they're already listed.
and are you putting ammo dice in as well?
Yeah, I did. Did it not roll them? Oh, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, okay. So that is a hit with. So you fired 7 rounds, and so you've hit with an extra accuracy. Roll me a d6. Don't roll a 1.
Yeah, let's see here. 3, 4. I'm gonna push that 1 roll.
You're going to push that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're only re-rolling the d12.
Correct. And I didn't get anything. So
No. Okay. Okay. So you've used, what was it? 1,
7 rounds.
7 rounds. You got 2 hit, 2 success hits. Roll me
Yep.
hit location.
D6, yes.
Yep. Don't roll a 1.
3.
So that's abdomen. Yes, that's torso. Torso. So yeah, hits him in the torso. So that is a base damage is 3, isn't it? Mike.
Yes.
So
3.
that's 4
With
points
a
of
3
damage.
crit.
It's a 4-point damage. And that kills him. And
Good job.
you see him slumped. It hits him, and he slumps dead in the this window. The barrel of the PKM still sticking out.
Is this the same window I shot at, or a different window?
Yes, it's the same window. So and the person you saw before had a strap of some kind of long arm, not almost certainly not a PK machine gun. So there must have been 2 different men in there.
Okie doke.
Okay. Jimmy calls across. Are you okay? To Mac. Jimmy calls
Yep.
across. You injured? You okay?
Good.
Okay. We'll then shift over to Joe and Korolski. I'm not really getting the full combat rounds at the moment. Who wants to go first? Because this is a bit protracted still at the moment.
I mean, Dro, you can go.
Okay. Okay, how far is it? You can run 20 meters in and around, can't you?
You can roll mobility to
Increase
boost
that.
and you can move. Technically, you can move 40 because if you use both your actions to move, I believe.
Yeah. So you move 20, and each movement action you do, you can roll mobility, and each success gives you an extra 20 meters, so you can actually move quite a way.
Or it's extra 10, isn't it, for each
No,
success?
no,
I thought it was extra 10.
it's an extra
It
it's
is?
an extra hex, and they're no,
Oh.
it's an extra. Sorry, you're right. It's an extra. They're 10 meter hexes. It's an extra.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's an
thought so.
extra. So you move 2 hexes, so 20 meters, and each success gives you an extra 10. Sorry, I misremembered
Yeah,
that.
extra 10. That's right. Okay. All right. With these guys covering me, then I'm gonna go. I'll
Where-
attempt to move to about here,
Okay. So how far is that?
40 meters roughly. So
Right.
I need to get 2 successes on my mobility check, or I need to
Yeah.
take
So do
both actions for the round.
do your first one.
That's mobility, and I get +1, don't I? Yeah, runner. So I'm just gonna promote that to there for a minute. Click it. I'm gonna push that. Is that a cock dice? What just happened? Right, so I take a stress. I bash myself on something or something.
You take a pot. It's a physical, so you take a point of damage, don't you?
Yep.
You like trip and face plant on your way to
By the
the.
sounds of things, yeah.
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 You suffer a mischief.
Yeah.
Twist your ankle a little bit.
Yeah. Let's say you twist your ankle as you're running. Jar your ankle as you're running. So are you gonna try and you can use?
I'll use both my actions. So I'm up against
Okay.
the wall.
Do you want to make a second mobility check, or no? You've
No,
got
I'll
enough.
make it automatically. In that case, I've got
Okay.
enough to get there.
Right. Okay. Right. But something does happen as you're running.
Well, if I didn't do it, no one was.
The enemy triggers a Mon 50. We all die.
That could happen.
That actually could happen.
Actually, not what a 150 is, but
It's the Russian Claymore.
Right.
That's what I used against in the convoy ambush
right.
against that BMP.
Right. Are you seeing these two guys here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess.
So, rifleman. Okay. As you're running about here, so that'll be medium range. Both at medium range. A couple of AKs open up at you.
Great. Okay.
So, now they are quick shotting.
Medium range and fast moving target.
Yeah.
Fast moving target.
So -2 for that, -1 for that, and then you are a moving target, which is another -1. It's -4. So, now, if you've got no base dice left and you score success on ammo dice, that can only be suppression, can't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So,
I think so. I don't know.
from memory, that's right.
Yep.
I did that wrong earlier on. I just need to check before I forget. That's Right. This guy sprays ammo. I mean, almost unloads an entire clip at you. It's vast amounts of ammo firing. Can you make me a suppression check, please? A coolness under fire check.
Right, so coolness under fire is...
You know you've got buddies with you, so I will give you the unit morale as well.
Okay, I've got BB, so 2 successes.
Okay, you're hard as nails. Right, then this guy.
Need my berserk rampage.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what's come over Dro today, but I'm all for it.
Right.
Nothing's keeping him down, not even twisting his ankle on his way to the building.
The other guy opens up as well, and that is actually going to be a hit.
Oh, bollocks. Excuse my language.
In the head.
Oh no! Well, you got helmet though.
I have
Yeah.
got a helmet.
That's something.
Right. So it hits you in the helmet. He actually got 2 successes. So it's lucky you're wearing a helmet because it's not a
Yes.
critical. It's just a 2 point. So you take 2
Ouch.
points. 2 points of
The
damage.
bell ringer. Yeah, you got your bell rung pretty bad, but
Roll me a
okay.
d6 to see if your helmet's wrecked.
Hold on, just mark out the wounds.
No, your helmet's fine. Or helmet's still usable. Right. So, as you hobble across, I mean, something like 40 odd rounds have just come flying past you, and one's whacked you in the head. But you get into the lee, and some are definitely hitting this corner here. So you're vaguely aware that you are now in defilade from there.
Okay,
their
however,
fire.
I need to make another coolness under fire roll.
Yes, you do. Sorry, yes, very good point. You do. And you've passed again.
Dro can't be broken.
Right.
Well, I will be. I'm rapidly running out of health here.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Well, okay, your spirit can't be broken. Your body, on the other hand, well.
Yeah.
Right.
Feel free to pitch in.
I plan to. Don't worry.
What is Kowalski doing?
Well, I'm gonna push.
It's your turn to go first next time.
Hey, you're talking to the guy who is like face down in a like foot deep foxhole throwing grenades while every
It's
rush,
true.
like 2 squads of Russians lit
Right,
up the woods.
There you go.
around
It was
him.
my turn to go first. So
Yeah. See, yeah, we've got a system for this. Yeah,
We've got a
I'm going to be pushing around the back of these buildings. I'm going to see if I can't flank those 2 guys from behind and just lob a nade in on them or something.
Okay.
suggest
Give me.
you take one of the NPCs with you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I can't.
No. Give me a right. I'm going to make. Where's Ray? Because Ray is going to run up and join you.
Okay.
So that's he's going to make a mobility check because he's going to run. Actually, no, he's just going to full move. That's simpler, right? So Ray runs to here to join you. Okay, Mitch. Right. Yeah. You hear Jacek yelling, Dro, he is hit! Dro, he is hit! So which prompts Mitch. Where's Mitch's character sheet? There. To make a mobility check. Where have we gone? Mobility there. He doesn't get there in time. He's not going to push right. So he has to use both actions moving, but he moves to this rock here. Okay. Right. Dro, you are aware, even if you've been whacked in the head and your probably ears are ringing, you can vaguely hear you're probably slightly deafened by all the bullets just a bit past you as well. You hear the yelling. There is Russian being yelled from almost the other side of the wall from you. These guys here are yelling in Russian. God knows what they're yelling about, but they're yelling about something. Okay.
Okay.
Let's flick back to Mac. Sorry, no. One more thing. Kowalski, can you give me a recon check, please? An observation recon check, visual, if you've got anything to add to it. And I'm going to do the same for Ray as well.
1 success.
Right. Oh, you've seen it then. That's fine. Right. You spot another guy. Here.
Ah.
There's a AK that sort of shifts direction to point at you because you've seen you moving, but doesn't get to fire. You get into cover before he can shoot. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Mac.
Yep.
Oh God! I've just realised what the time is. Should we do one more sort of pass around, and then we'll possibly pause it for the night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So Mac, what do you wish to do?
I'll tell you, I was going to take the round to aim at him and shoot again.
Who? Sorry.
Oh, wait, so he's dead. So there's still fire coming from the church tower, though, correct?
No, there's no fire from the church tower.
Okay.
You've heard as well as the shooting of the machine gun. There is definitely you've definitely heard the sound of AKs firing rapidly. Yeah, from somewhere in the middle of the village.
All right. I
But
will take the round to use my scope to kind of this area through
yep,
here.
give me an observation. Give me an observation check. Sorry, ignore the ammo dice.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, so from your position, there's no you don't spot this guy. The boulder is enough to oh, actually no. You're raised up. You've got an angle. You can see the end of a rifle pointing out of a window here. Okay.
All right.
And you can see these two guys here, but you also see sorry, I'm just making two more.
That's fine. I will.
No, let me just tell you what you see, because you see
Yeah.
quite a bit with those two successes, right? You see this guy. You see a guy moving to this corner here to cover the rear, and you see a guy moving across here through gaps to here to cover in that direction as well. Okay. So that's what you
Yeah.
that's what you observe. Okay. So you've now got a target-rich environment.
Now, does Jimmy have any kind of weapon other than just like a rifle? Does he have any
He's got an M2.
laws?
He's got an M203.
So, all right, I'm gonna say it loud enough for him to hear me. Say, Jimmy, drop M203 in that building right at the turn of the corner in the road.
That does look like a very appropriate use for that.
Yep.
And
Okay.
then I'll take the round and aim it at the guy here in the window.
Okay. Right. Okay.
This will be the first time it's fired this thing.
Yep. And he's going to take this round to aim, so it won't happen until next round. Right. So let's.
So it won't happen until next week.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It's leaving you in suspense as to what happens. Right. Dro, what do you want to do? Are you?
Well, I don't know. I am a talentless civilian who doesn't know much about military tactics, but I do know, I think that if you're a soldier, one of the most important things that you do is you keep moving, you don't hang around. So I think based on that, what a Dro will do is move down the side of this building, not exactly sprinting, but aiming to reach a back door, or there's a side door here, and flank whoever's in here. So is there a door here, did you say?
No, you can see no doors here. No,
Okay,
so
there's
no doors
lights
on this
behind-
side.
There's lights behind the back somewhere or something. So I get scouts around the side of the building anyway.
Okay.
Hoping to find a door around here somewhere.
So
I'm probably only moving 20 meters because I probably won't be wanting to sprint when I'm doing this because there could be anybody else coming out here. So I've got.
and you're staying in Overwatch in case a target moves. Target
Yeah,
appears.
so
So
20 meters.
move to that
movement,
corner then. Move to the corner then.
Right.
Yep.
And tell you what, if I've got enough, I'll make a mobility so that I can actually pop around the side rather than
Okay. Yep.
covering up this way, rather than you see what I mean.
Yep.
So mobility, promote it to C. Yeah, that's enough.
Yep. So where do you want to go to?
Basically, I want to come to close enough to around. Oh, blast it! Keep having the measure tool up. So I'm going to move to here, and basically pop around this corner. I need a little bit of extra movement to pop around this corner.
Yeah.
Actually, I could probably make it to here, couldn't I? With that roll.
Yep, you could.
And then, assuming there's nobody here for me to shoot at, I'll then be overwatching in this direction. Is there a door here, by the way?
No.
Bloody hell. Okay.
Okay.
Awkward. Okay.
Give me a recon check to do with hearing.
That'll be a success.
There is someone moving somewhere over here. Literally the other side of the tower to you.
Can't see.
Oh, sorry. Am I on the wrong layer? Apologies. On the other side of the tower, somewhere here.
Hold on. Yeah, I've got a phone call. I've got to take my dad's phoning me. Okay.
Yep, sure.
There is. Okay, well, I'm got an action, so I'm aiming and overwatching in this direction. Okay.
Yep, got you.
I'll
Mute yourself. Right. Then right. Kowalski, what are you doing?
Well, I think that Dro can't be the only one who has a monopoly on aggressive pushes today, so I'm gonna use one of my actions to move to this corner here of this building, which I can get to with at least one move action. But let me double check just to make sure, because I want to see. Yeah, okay. So
You need a mobility. You need a mobility check for that.
Yep, I do. And so I'm going to go do that right now. Mobility, and I'm going to push that. Nothing. All
right.
So yeah.
So
okay,
as
so
you're
my move actions.
as you're running,
okay.
it prompts.
Yeah.
This guy who's got
Overwatch.
held at, who's got is an Overwatch. He opens up at you now. He is in short, so there's no range penalty. You are moving, so that's -1. So that's that, and then and that is a miss.
Yeah, so that's my action though, because
So
I have to use my second
yeah.
move action to get into position. Yep.
So Mac, the guy you start aiming at, sorry, you started to aim at, you see him firing at Kowalski running. Luckily, doesn't hit Kowalski. Right. Ray, however, is just going to move to there. So he's got a clearer line of sight to the guy now. Oh, I should have taken another -1 off that guy for the undergrowth here. Sorry, so Ray. So he's medium range, so that's -1. He is quick shotting, so that's -2. And he is, and then the undergrowth so that's -4. So Ray -4. So he's normally a B and a B. Yeah. Right. Yep. So he will go full rate of fire. That's 3 hits. 3, 4, 10 rounds. Right. So base damage 2. Right. Hit
All right,
location.
Ray. That makes up for accidentally tripping me earlier.
Oh, got right. Hang on a sec. So he just rolled head as a hit location. The guy he's done base damage of 2. That goes up to 4. 1 off for the armor. 3 is still a critical. So he does. Let's just roll it here.
Back. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's rather unfortunate. Sorry, not you, Chris.
I was going to say, all right, if you like that.
He shoots. He clips the guy's ear.
There could have been so many more better things for us.
Yep.
Like the guy instantly dropping dead.
Yep. Right. So, Chris, just to give you an update on last few things.
Okay.
So, Kowalski has pushed forward to here.
All right.
Unfortunately, failed on a mobility check. This guy had Overwatch, unloaded at him, missed. Ray's pushed forward, shot at this guy, got a brilliant shot, and then rolled a terrible critical. So
Okay.
damaged him, but didn't do anything serious. And then the last couple,
You're on rampage now.
Jacek is concerned about Dro being off on his own, so Jacek's going to go back up Dro.
Okay.
But he is going to go. So he needs a mobility check for that. No, it does have to use 2 moves. Right, so he's moved his entire move, but this shed, he moves into the lee of this shed here.
Okay.
To back up Dro. You're aware of him joining you.
Appreciate it.
And then the last thing that happens is Mitch unloads at these 2 guys here with a saw. I don't think we've rolled a saw yet on this. Let's see how that goes. Right. So, I'm sorry. I need to do the. Sorry. So he is. 70 meters away. So he's 70 meters away. He does a fast aim. What's the rate? What is the range of a saw? Range 6. He's just into mid-range, so -1 because of that. He gets +1 because of his machine gunner trait. So that comes out the range. Yeah, he's just going to do that. So he is at no penalty. He normally rolls. A saw is heavy weapons, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those ones that falls in that slightly ambiguous slot. But yes,
Yeah.
I think it is defined as a machine gun, so it is technically heavy weapons.
It's an LMG.
Yeah.
It could actually be shoulder fired. I've done it.
Yeah, I know what it is in reality. I'm just being in game mechanics terms.
In game mechanics terms, I know there are certain weapons that you might think could be either fired with either, but then, yeah.
Right.
I think in strict game mechanics terms, it's a heavy weapon.
Okay. He absolutely lets rip. That is right, isn't it? He's got machine gunner, so that gives him +1. He's got -1 for range. Actually, he's gonna dice.
It does have an integrated bipod as well. So
Yeah. He's done that. He's deployed that. What does the bipod do? Does that give him extra range?
the bipod gives you. I'm not sure how it translates. It should be a like getting a +1 to use it. I would think. I don't know that for sure off the top of my head.
I think I've got.
Don't have a DM screen, an actual DM screen paper one to look at, so
I
Well,
do, and
I need one.
bipod is not listed on there. I don't believe.
If without to make it simple, I would just say a +1 to hit because it's a stable firing platform.
I think it might be more range.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it increases range, which
Okay.
is quite critical in this stage because it's only just a medium. So I'm going to give it does. It has the effect of giving him +1 because it flips him from medium to short range. So he is going to take the penalty to make sure he's not hitting the stone. So that's that. Right. 14, 17. So he fires 23 rounds. He scores 2 hit. Base damage is 2, critical is 3, so he's doing a 3-point damage to the torso.
And our unit's not strapped for ammo of any sort, right?
Not
Well,
the.
Definitely not for Russian weapons after
Right,
the
okay.
last haul we took in.
Just to clarify for you, a bipod, basically if you're using a light machine gun and you're not using the bipod, then you get a -2 modifier. The bipod mitigates that.
Okay. Right.
I'm just wondering because the reason I'm saying that is if we're not ammo strapped, I would definitely open up full with the saw when I used it.
That's what he's just done. He's used maximum ammo dice there.
Yeah, that's what the saw is meant for.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what he's done. Right. So you hear that sort of tearing sound of the saw opening up, and he's done a 6 critical on the torso, which is punctured lung. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Yeah. He's sorry. Yes, he's used his. That guy though. That guy is. Yeah, that guy is. Actually, I should do that on that one as well. So that guy, he's not dead, but that guy is with a punctured lung. He's not engaging in combat anymore. Right.
No, the best you can engage in now is aggressive gurgling.
Yes. Okay, and that's we're a bit over time, so I think that's a place to leave it.
Yep.
And so at the start of the next session, Max got a shot on this guy. Well, night lair. Yep. Jimmy's going to try and put a grenade, a rifle grenade in the middle of there. And I don't know what Kowalski's going to do.
No, I'm not
Well,
going to do either.
I'm the backup grenade. If Jimmy's grenade doesn't take him out, then I'm.
But also, of
dropping
course, you
the
don't necessarily
grenade.
know that's a plan. So
Yeah.
in character, it sort of depends who goes
Yep.
first and what happens.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
kind of hoping that Jimmy doesn't miss quite badly with the grenade and accidentally just a bit left.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, if the
You're definitely within
when,
scatter range there, I think.
if the scatter table is unkind, I could definitely suffer a mischief. A little blue on blue action.
Okay, yeah, and Dro's got something on the other side of that tower.
But I've got, yes, and in the tower and in the other part of the building as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really, you just got a whole hornet's nest to deal with.
Well, I've got Yassit with me, so I'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Him with an AK, you with a M4. Right. Okay. I need to go,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
So thanks anyone who's watching this. There'll be another episode up hopefully relatively soon.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.